بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدني وارزقنا رحمة ربي يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح يا فتاح يا عليم يا عليم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عن عبد الله بن عمرو رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله
صلى
عليه
الله
وسلم: إن الله لا يقبل العلم انتزاعا ينتزعه من العباد، ولكن يقبل العلم كقلب العلماء، حتى إذا لم يبقى عالما اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا جهالا فسئلوا فأفتنوا بغير علم فضلوا وأضلوا. متفق عليه. عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنه hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not snatch knowledge by one snatching from seven. However, he takes knowledge by taking away the ulama until the whole alim remains. Then the people will come to the head. Those ignorant people were in charge, and they will ask them, and they will misguide them without any knowledge. So they will misguide and they will be misguided.
So knowledge won't just be snatched away, but the knowledgeable will pass on until there's nobody left. Shareef.
وعن شقيق رضي الله عنه كان عبد الله بن مسعود يذكر الناس في كل خميس، فقال له رجل: يا أبا عبد الرحمن، لو وددت أنك ذكرتنا في كل يوم. قال: أما إنه يمنعني من ذلك أني أكذب أن أملكم، وإني أتخولكم بموعظة كما كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقولنا بها مخافة السامي علينا. متفق عليه. وشقيق رضي الله عنه عبد الله بن مسعود he was he talk or he would remind us every Thursday.
Yeah, he used to give his, he used to have his, you could say either he was having his dars or he was having his majlis.
Every Thursday, the mentioned in the Allah Rahman. I wish that you could give us the sermons or the dars every day. So he said, the only thing that is preventing me is that I just like that I tie you out, and I indeed and I أتخول.
That I fear that you bore you.
بموئلة وتستعندس كما
Yes.
like how Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم he would give us this lesson.
Yes.
On the CFO hour, I was tired that
Yes, that tedium, that you get tired. So this is a hadith asserts explicitly that moderation should be exercised in giving a bayan and exhaustion. One must not continue to give a bayan and preach all the time, otherwise the heart feels monotony. They become tired, like we are in the same thing over and over. People get tired of hearing it. And you must keep the what you call the bayan brief and short, so that a person can learn, he can listen, can comprehend. It mustn't be so long that what the person said in the beginning, by the end he forgot it. It was so long he forgot it. When you keep it short, sweet and short, you'll be able to remember everything.
رضي الله عنه قال: كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا تكلم كلمة أعادها ثلاثا حتى تكتم عنه، وإذا أتى على قوم فسلم عليه سلم عليه ثلاثة. رواه البخاري. فأنس رضي الله عنه raised the Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم speak. He would repeat it 3 times until it is understood by the people. And when he did come to the people, he would greet upon them, or he would send salams upon them, and he would send salam upon them 3 times.
So that does not mean that everything he said was said 3 times. Doesn't mean that when he was talking, then he repeated everything 3 times. Some people take the meaning to say that whenever he spoke anything, he would repeat 3 times. No, this is when he mentioned something that was important, or he was explaining something of particular interest, or he was passing on a command of the Sharia, or it was people may not have heard him well, then he would repeat it 3 times, meaning that they can understand nicely. When you say something the first time, sometimes you just catch by the first mentioning the first time, you catch a person's attention. The second time they're listening, they now understand some part of it. But the third time when you mention it, they understand it fully. So that's when he used to mention something three times, when he wanted the people to understand what he was saying. And by giving salam three times, he said the first time was the salam was to make known that I'm here, I need permission to come in. The second time, he would make salam now was to greet the people. And the third time was when he was leaving, taking leave. That was the third salam.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عن أبي مسعود الأنصاري رضي الله عنه قال جاء رجل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إنه أنشئ بي فأحملني فقال ما عندي. فقال رجل يا رسول الله أنا أدلهم على من يحملهم. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من دل على خير فله مثل أجر فاعله. رواه مسلم. وعن سعيد بن مسعود الأنصاري رضي الله عنه that a man came to Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم and he said that indeed my camel is jaded, so give me a mount. Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم said, I do not have. So a man said, O Messenger of Allah, indeed I will point him to somebody who will have a mountain or who will mount it. So Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم said, whoever indicates the good, then for him is the reward like the one who is doing the mountain.
So he get the same reward because even though he never, but he was the means of that person getting the camel, and you so he was the means of that person getting the ride, so he will get the reward. Shalom.
عن زبير قال كنا في صدر النهار عند رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فجاءه قوم غراد مجتاب النمار أو العباء
أباعي
أو الأباء متقلد في السيوف عامتهم من مدر بل كلهم من مدر. فتمعر وجهه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لما رأى بهم من الفاقة. فدخل ثم خرج فأمر بلالا فأذن وقام فصلى ثم خطب فقال يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة إلى آخر الآية إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. during the races that there was they were one because of the
midday, early part of the day. Sallallahu alaihi
they can take who are barefooted from Namar or
yeah, they were barefooted and they had a blanket covering them.
And the sword was
hanging on their necks. Right?
And most of them, or some of them were from Mudir.
Yeah, Mudar. In fact, Bal kullu min Mudar. All of them were from the tribe of Mudar. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, you could see the distress in Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's face.
So he entered and he came out. He commanded Bilal to give adhan.
Yes.
And the father, he said that he took from Salah. And he gave it someone and he said, O people, fear Allah, the Lord who is ready to be from one to until he came to the ayah, Inna Allah kana alayk. Indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is upon you.
A watcher.
A watcher. والآية التي في الحشر يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد. تدعوا you believe يا الله ولتنظر نفس and take yourself ما قدمت لغد. Reputation for استجلب رجل من ديناره. So a man gave in صدقة والدينار from his dinar من درهمه من ثوبه from his dirham from his clothing من صاع برده من صاع تمره and from a saw of grain and from a saw of dates حتى قال ولو بشق تمرة until he said even if it's to the extent of
half a date.
قال فجاء رجل من الأنصار بالصبرة كادت كفه تعجز عنها فعجزت ثم تتابع الناس حتى رأيت كومين من طعام وثياب حتى رأيت وجه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يتهنن كأنه مذهبة. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من سنة الإسلام سنة حسنة فله أجرها وأجر من عمل بها من بعد من غير أن ينقص من أجورهم شيئا.
mm.
ومن سن في الإسلام سنة سيئة كان عليه
وزرها.
وزرها ووزر من عمل بها من بعده من غير أن ينقص من
من أوزارهم.
من أوزارهم شيئا. أو
Mm.
مسلم.
Right? So then a man came from the Ansar. بسرة كادت كفه تعجز عنها بل أجزت. It was almost as if he was carrying a spurs, and the spurs almost made him look weak, like he was helpless. It was so heavy he was carrying. Rather, it made him fatigue. It made him so tired. Then meaning its weight was so full of dirhams and dinars. It was full, right? Until uh, the people came after one till the other, and then Jarir radiallahu ta'ala says that I saw two big mounds of food and clothing, so that I saw that the face of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam started to glow, meaning it started to shine now, because he became so happy. So it started glowing, and then Nabi sallallahu, it started glowing like they say, he says it started glowing like pure gold. Then he said, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentioned, whoever starts, whoever initiates a new practice in Islam that is good, then for him is the reward of it and the reward of those people who come after it that practice upon it without his reward being decreased in the least bit, or any nothing will be deducted from it. And if anyone initiates a bad practice in Islam, then for him is the burden of the sin and the burden of those people who will commit that sin after him without his sin being reduced. So he will get his full share, and those people that are doing the sin will also get the full share. So the first verse that Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam recited from Surah Nisa emphasized the need of giving charity and being kind to relatives whose rights must be given. He encouraged the Sahaba, Ridwanullahi ta'ala ajma'in, to give charity and to help the visiting tribe. In the beginning of the hadith, the sub narrator uses the words as describing the clothing of the visitors as dimar and abai. Being unsure which word the narrator used, both means like a kind of overall clothing, meaning they just had one piece of blanket covering them. They had no other clothing. They had just one piece of cloth that was covered in them.